this is actually healthy. This is healthy. When somebody starts contemplating that, I went through that stage. I'm like, spirituality, okay, it sounds nice. Something inside on a deeper level responds. Like spirit, yeah, I went to spiritual nature. Yeah, something beyond human nature. That, I don't know, something would respond. But then you see what the world's done to spirituality. $10,000 retreats, and you got the spiritual foo-foos. You go to their groups, and they put the cheesy smile on, and I don't know, something never felt right. It just didn't feel right. They'd be talking, okay, yeah, sounds spiritual on very superficial level, but like I didn't feel any depth. I felt more spirituality from convicts, actually, when I would speak at some of these prisons and jails. I'm like, there's some energy there. This person has come into an organic surrender, at least on a rudimentary level, a beginning level, and I like want to listen to him or her. But the foo-foo groups, it's just like a bunch of noise. I'm like, where's the spirituality? And then you got the religions that have all this fear, guilt, shame undertones in their writing and speaking. I'm like, that doesn't feel right either. And the money, holy shit, the money that now, that's it's huge business, religion and spirituality. And so I was feeling all that. I'm like, and then the tantric circles, yeah, I was interested in that in my early 20s. That sounded nice. I was like, yeah, I can do tantra. I'm not gonna admit that I have it's not my sexual desires. No. This is tantra. This is like spiritual. You know what I did? They have I think they got rid of it now. They had Craigslist, right? And then you can find stuff on there. And I went to Peru years and years ago. Before I was going to Peru, I went to Pisac. Some of you know. It's like an hour from Cusco. It's medicine city, medicine town. It's like the capital. And before I went, I looked on Craigslist because I was in that. You know, the sexual energy was, and I was it was high, and I was preserving my semen, so I was like, you know, I was ready. Like I need to find somebody to do tantra with. And then I found but you can't find it. Like, what are you gonna do? In authentic tantra, this is my point. In authentic tantra isn't gonna be on the internet. You can't find it. You have to like attract it if that's your destiny. But you're not gonna like find it on the internet. All these stupid classes and stuff. So I knew that, but I just too much energy. I was just like, I want to look. I was edging basically. I'm just like, let's see what's on there. So then, man, I found, this is like impossible. I found a girl who was a native in Peru, and she's like, her ad was like, she wants to do tantra. Like authentic tantra. She's like, I could tell by the ad. She looked like a village girl too, her picture. I'm like, this is crazy, man. I'm like, cool. Then I was really ready to go. So I went, and then I wasn't gonna contact her for a few days after I got there. I wanted to, you know, chill a little bit and see what's going on, but she saw me somehow. Oh, it's a small town. She came up to me. I didn't even recognize her. I'm like, I wonder who she is. And then she reminded me, because we had talked, sent some risque pictures to each other. So then I said, oh, it's you, isn't it? Yeah, I said, okay. And so then we never did anything. But we would meet, and she tried to do a little something, you know. And I was open to like getting stimulated, but the problem was it wasn't real. I don't even know this girl. Like I didn't even know her. And I finally told her, I'm like, I just feel like I'd have to get to know you a little more before we can, go to the next level, because otherwise it doesn't, like you can't do it. And she said, yeah, I understand. That's very good or something. But then I never heard from her again. I don't know if she felt rejected but my point is, I learned that, like, what's the title? Spirituality is a scam. Why did I share that story though? I don't know. I don't know why. I'd have to watch again. I don't usually watch my videos after I make them because I'm on to the next thing. But I feel there's a point and purpose somehow, otherwise I wouldn't say it. So all these things that I'm talking about, I'm like, something in me believes in spirituality. Like that I can't turn off. That's an authentic response when I contemplate and hold that word spirituality. Something believes that, right? But what I see, the form that spirituality takes, oh yeah, especially YouTube, it's cold out, by the way. The form at this time and age that spirituality takes, it just makes, I was like, it's repulsive. And then all the YouTubers, and I'm enlightened, and here's real-time enlightenment. Let me turn the video on. All that, and the non-duals, and just everything, because YouTube allows anybody to make videos about anything on any level. And so I was just super turned off, But God's running the show. At some point, if one keeps going, and you don't have a choice, you're going to keep going. Because God's playing through you, so God's not going to quit. You can feel like you're quitting. The mind wants to quit, and your feelings, you're like, oh, I'm done. But you can't turn off your true destiny. You're going to keep going. And so spirituality is very subtle. Once the universe starts unlocking little pockets of gigabytes in you, and you start downloading, you get these higher realization downloads. You start to understand things directly from inside, not because you read it or something. Reading, listening to videos, it's cool if these seeds are already kind of sprouted, because then the words will kind of throw some water on them. I hear something, and I don't know what it is. I mean, whatever it is, don't want these gains, but I don't know what it is. If it's already sprouting, these spiritual seeds, then reading or listening to something, it throws some water on them, and then it can materialize more. So that part's good. But it all comes from inside. It's nothing. You don't read or hear something and then the mind take that and then that becomes realization. No. The realization comes from inside always. So I was getting these little, it's like God was breaking off to me these. It was like a gift, man, because I was getting tired out here. It was waking up these dormant seeds of knowledge, and I started to see how subtle. Like, the problem is spirituality is very subtle. Our true self, our true nature, our source, our essence is very subtle. God. And so this was the confusion I was having. I was like, it was so subtle. See, it's intangible. It shows how identified we are with our mind. because we're accustomed to having something more gross level, something we can see, we can touch, we can feel. You see, spirituality, our true spiritual essence is beyond all that. It's I don't know, there's no words for it. It's beyond all that. So it's very, very intangible. And so this was the problem. I was looking for it out here some way, somehow, through some technique, through some guru, through some plant medicine, through some experience, through tantra. I was looking to get it from that, but none of that could do it. It had to be a revelation inside. And then you feel like something. You can call it presence, you can feel the inner contentment, you can call it peace. It doesn't matter what we call it. But you feel something that's beyond human dimension. And then something says, yep, this is what I'm looking for. This is spirituality. And then you start to develop a relationship, because we're existing in the world of duality, that there's a human self looking for its source. That's just how it is. So on a superficial level, there's a relationship between this autonomous seeming individual entity trying to connect with its source. So then you start listening. The source will tell the individual. These birds are loud, aren't they? The source will tell the individual entity how to connect with it. You see, this is what we're getting more into in satsang now. That, not worldly stuff. That if somebody brings an issue or a challenge, I say, okay, that's cool. We can relate to that. That sounds heavy. What's your inner sanction telling you how to connect with your source self? What's it telling you? Because that's the answer to everything. That's the remedy. So it will start guiding you and telling you. It will help reshape your lifestyle. It'll tell you what to eat, what to do, who to hang out with, what your spiritual practice should be. Should it be prayer, bhajans? Should it be mantra? Should it be meditation? Should it be yoga? Should it be a combination of all above? It tells you, not somebody that proclaims they're awake and now they're going to give you the answer to how to be awake. No, they're not you. God's show is very diverse, 8 billion people. God's created all kinds of different religions and spirituality. It's all tailor-made to certain groups of people based on your temperament and character and disposition and your karma and your archetype. Like, there's not a one fits all. So you have to listen. You have to listen to that, to this voice inside. If you start doubting and thinking spirituality is a scam, good. That's good. That's higher than the people who just blindly just start dancing around and saying they're bliss, actually. The people that are doubting it, they're more authentic. They're more real. They're just not going to like sell out to some belief because everybody else is sold out to it. Yeah, those beings, after a certain point, they're going to be authentic. They're going to have authentic spirituality at some point. Don't let your mind and ego, though, make you bitter and resentful that spirituality is like a total scam. Yeah, it's a scam 90% of the time, probably, something like that. But honor this deeper voice in you that says, no, there's something there, I just haven't found it yet. Yeah, what the world's showing, for the most part, it's a scam, for sure. But spirituality in its true essence, it can't be a scam, because something inside responds. If you feel that response. If you feel, and I've heard these comments, that this whole life is just hell and evil and God's evil. Yeah, I don't know. I can't, we're not able to really work with each other yet, because we just can't. But those who you can hear something in you response. There's your deeper intangible. Remember, that's the issue here, because it's very intangible and soft. If that's in you, telling you, no, there's something here, you just have to find it. Yeah, pay attention to that. And then let it guide you. Let it guide you. It'll guide you how to find it. So-called find it. All right, this is what we got to do, and it can be hard because we're living in a scammy world. So the vibrations, the scam vibrations, are stronger for the most part than authentic vibrations. So the cards are kind of stacked against authentic seekers these days. But you can handle it because God put you here to do it, and God's playing through you to do it. So that must mean it's possible. It doesn't matter how we feel and think about it. It just doesn't matter. There's a way. Yeah, but I can't see the way. You're not supposed to see the way because this whole thing's a mystery. The way gets revealed. Trust that. That's my message.